Artificial intelligence can be tough to understand, especially for those of us over 40 years old. Let's make understanding AI easy and use an example of a young boy who might live next door to you named Walter. Imagine that Walter has read every book ever written. He is an expert in medicine, technology, mechanics, biology, and knows the history of the world like the back of his hand. Walter's so smart, his IQ is estimated to be above 1,000, while Einstein's IQ is only about 160. Now imagine that Walter is willing to help any person who asks. He can give exact and relevant advice and information as long as you ask him properly. If you ask Walter, "Hey Walter, what's the weather outside?" Walter won't answer, but if you ask how do clouds form and how does rain fall from the sky, well, Walter is an expert on questions like that. Walter's abilities aren't limited. There isn't a topic that Walter can't understand and help you with. Anything from writing an essay or website page, to helping draft a legal brief or diagnosing an ailment, Walter is a true expert in every sense of the word. No one really understands how Walter works, but within 2 months, just 2 months, over 100 million people have come to know Walter and ask for his help. Maybe you should be glad Walter really doesn't live next door after all. Walter can help in the most impossible situation. For example, Walter understands the tax code, and he just doesn't answer questions, he can actually create strategies to help you with your finances. Debt problems? No problem, Walter can help develop a step-by-step process for you to get out of debt. Walter's abilities are pretty much endless. Learning to work with Walter is easy, it's just a matter of how to communicate with him properly, as he is a bit picky. Walter has an innate ability to provide answers or advice, but only if communicated with properly. Walter likes to communicate like every other person, but it's important that you actually tell Walter what you want him to be. He can transform himself into a lawyer, a software developer, a novelist, an accountant, a lion tamer, or anything else you need him to be, just by you telling him. This is called a prompt. The key with Walter is, and the very first thing you do when talking to him, is tell Walter what you want him to be today. He likes games, and he really likes the Walter Pretend game. A good way to ask him to help is to first tell him who you want him to pretend to be. Act as if you are a doctor, or Walter, can you act like my psychologist? Maybe something like, Walter, I need you to be a world-famous author who loves helping and mentoring young writers. Once you tell Walter who you want him to be, he will give you the help and answers you need. Yes, I'm sure you guessed it, Walter is actually ChatGPT. Imagining Walter is a brilliant young boy living next door makes it easier to understand, but ChatGPT is really the most powerful resource ever created. Artificial intelligence will make the Industrial Revolution pale in comparison. The greatest invention ever made by most accounts is the iPhone. Walter, or ChatGPT, makes the iPhone look more like a can and string in comparison. It's a great time to be alive. Go try ChatGPT for yourself, the amazing results will astound you.